Knife. Oh, okay, we're good. This is karaage, or Japanese fried chicken. A bento box classic, something you eat with family and friends on a picnic, or your entree for a weeknight meal. Decently easy if you count deep frying easy. A bit overdone. Ow, hey! But we can also air fry it. It's simple, but really does the job. And this is how you make it. There we go. A pound of chicken. This is like 2 pounds. About 2 cloves of garlic. We're gonna grate these. Just a little bit of ginger, maybe like this much. We're also gonna grate this. Around 3 tablespoons of sake. This is cooking sake. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. A dash of sesame oil. I don't have an exact measurement, but you can kind of feel it out. And then this is optional, not local bee pollen, but some chicken stock base. This is shantan chicken stock base. But if you don't have this, some MSG will do. But again, these are optional. About 2 tablespoons of katakuriko. Now this is katakuriko. And katakuriko is a Japanese potato starch. And it's commonly used for batters and to thicken sauces. And doesn't contain any gluten like flour does. And using that results in a crispier coating. When flour is hydrated and mixed, it gets heavier and more dense, and then therefore you get a less crispy coating. Katakuriko also retains less oil, so theoretically it should feel less greasy than if you just use flour. Then you might ask, why use flour at all? Because if you use flour, the end result is going to be more golden and it's going to have a better color than if you just use katakuriko. Just using this is going to give you like a white and powdery look, while using some of this will give you more of a golden color. And I think that looks better. So we are going to use a combination of the two. So about 2 tablespoons of this, about 2 tablespoons of just regular all-purpose flour. I found this at my local H-Mart, but if you can't find this anywhere, you can always substitute using some cornstarch. Cornstarch. Using cornstarch in combination with the flour will give you a lighter texture than if you had just used flour by itself. And then a lemon to serve. This is crucial. Let's get started with the prep. We're gonna take these 2 cloves of garlic and we're gonna grate them. And they're gonna be used as part of a marinade for the chicken. Recently received this as a gift, and it's a little garlic peeler, and it works pretty well, honestly. Okay, not that well. Just made a giant mess. 2 cloves of garlic, we're gonna grate this. Grating is gonna be better than dicing because there's gonna be more surface area for the flavors to come through. If you don't have a microplane or a grater, you can always just do a fine chop as well. And then keep the grater because you're gonna do the same thing to some ginger. Yeah, we'll do this much ginger. I like using a spoon to take the skin off. All right, and just grate that into the same little bowl. You can use the frozen version of garlic and ginger, but using fresh is gonna give you much better flavor. All right, you know what? We're gonna use about half of what we cut. So about a tablespoon. Use this for your gyudon or something. And next up, we're gonna prep the meat. All we have to do is to cut these chicken thighs into manageable pieces. If you really wanted to, you could trim the sinew and the silver skin, but I am not gonna bother, and we're just gonna cut these into bite-sized pieces. Depending on how you like your karaage, if you want bigger pieces, then leave them bigger. You wanna make sure your pieces are roughly the same size because it's gonna affect your cooking time. Like these size chunks, they're getting washed out, but maybe about like an inch in length. Now, can you make this with bone-in chicken thighs? Absolutely, but traditional karaage is made with boneless chicken. So this is about 1.5 pounds of boneless chicken thighs that have been cubed and diced into manageable chunks. We're gonna take these and plop them in a Ziploc bag. And they're gonna go into this bag to marinate with the rest of the ingredients for about minimum half an hour. But if you really wanna go overnight, then all the power to you. To this bag of chicken, you're gonna add the grated garlic and ginger, 3 tablespoons of sake, 1, 2, 3, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1, 2, a dash of sesame oil, some chicken soup base, just a little dash, and for good measure, we're gonna do some MSG as well. There we are. All right, this is gonna sit in the fridge for 30 minutes to an hour. I'll be back. So it's been, I think, over an hour. And let's dress these. 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and then 2 tablespoons of katakuriko. It's more white and loose. Give that a little mix into the chicken. Coat it throughout, slightly brown from the soy sauce and the seasonings, and then ready to be fried. All right, let's heat up the oil. We're gonna fry at 170 to cook the inside, and then at 190 once everything is cooked through to get a nice crust. Make sure you're using an oil that can handle high heat. Today I'm using veggie oil, but canola also works. Let's get this up to temp. If you're afraid to fry at home, that's okay, because I am also scared. We are right about 340, and I'm using about a ½ inch of oil from the bottom because I don't really like wasting all this oil. It's gonna be around 2 to 3 minutes per piece, and then we're gonna take them out. I would also recommend not overcrowding your pot because you want all your chicken pieces to cook evenly and the temperature of the oil to stay hot. This is quite tedious. Not perfectly golden yet, but on its way there. We'll take this out and we'll finish it up in a second fry. As you continue to cook, the oil temp's gonna drop because you put cold stuff in there. So let's just do a temp check. Yeah, this is quite low. So we're gonna crank up the heat a little bit. Even as you take out these chicken pieces that are pretty much cooked all the way through, the residual heat's gonna make its way towards the inside and make sure that everything is totally cooked. All right, we're gonna crank up the heat. Oil temp is gonna be around 375 or 190 C. Here we go, second fry. This is gonna be much quicker, or this is gonna be quicker than the first. I'm gonna try to do the ones I fried first. It sounds much different than before. All right, these, a bit overdone. Reaching over the top of the pan is definitely not a smart move. Lovely. Oh, okay, we're good. No worries. To serve, we're gonna use a lemon. I want wedges. How do I cut this? Lovely. Served with lemon slices. Actually, lemon wedges. And there you go. Lemon juice on top to coat. Of course, gives it that acidity. It's incredibly juicy, and the touch of lemon juice really cuts through all the fattiness of the oil. Another popular thing to do is mayo. There we go. Amazing. So now that I've made this, how does this compare to American chicken? And to Korean chicken? Let's compare them. Oh! Our representative from America is the Popeyes 3-piece meal. It's got a drum, a thigh, and a breast. And then our representative from South Korea, the soy garlic chicken with flats and drumsticks, served with some pickled radish. The acidity, the Asians know what's up. To just set the rules on this taste test, we're gonna taste in terms of appearance, texture, and flavor. The appearance of the karaage, it's golden brown. It's a darker color than the Popeyes or the toned chicken. I guess that makes sense because it's been marinating in soy sauce, but also I think it's been fried to a higher temperature. Texture, as demonstrated, it is crispy, but it's not the crunchiest, you know? It's crispy enough where you can have a little bite, and then flavor, I mean, flavor is phenomenal. It's a little soy saucy, it's a little garlicky and gingery. I'm trying to think of a way to describe the flavor of this, but it's mostly soy sauce. It's not harsh. It's like a very clean soy sauce flavor that just has me wanting to eat more and more of it, if that makes sense. All right, over to the Popeyes. I feel like I should go for the thigh, as I think that will be the fairest comparison. Appearance, it's golden brown. Not as dark as the karaage. You have all these craggly bits on the surface that are gonna give it super nice texture. It's pretty well coated throughout too. Here we go. Oh, it's so good. I don't know if I've ever gotten a thigh from Popeyes. I mean, you can even hear the difference. This thing is crispy. I do have to say, the coating kind of came off when I was biting through, but that's okay. And the flavor, it's spiced and it's salted, and every bite is juicy. The fattiness is a lot. Like, I don't know if I can finish this entire thing by myself. And if I did, I probably wouldn't feel great. Or maybe I will, who knows? It's missing that acidity that the lemon juice from the karaage adds. I guess I can just add some lemon juice to this. See, that helps, but it doesn't match the chicken as well it does the karaage. So yeah, I would like more acidity, I think. But overall, solid. 8.5, 9 out of 10. Appearance. It's a darker color, closer in color to the karaage. Evenly coated, similar to the Popeyes. It's got these scraggly bits. I feel like a king. Great texture. Not as crispy as the Popeyes, but still when you bite into it, you get that crunch and then the juicy meat on the inside. And for flavor, they're doing soy garlic, so it does taste like soy and tastes a little bit like garlic, but more like soy, and it's sweet, which is a point of differentiation between all these. Again, solid 9 out of 10. It's kind of hard to rank all these because they're each so different, and I think each one plays a good role in like its own different worlds. Yeah, I don't know, there's no winner. I'm the winner here. What was the point of this? Oh, the point of this was to just, I guess, show the differences between the different kinds of fried chicken that are out there in the world. And I only picked 3. I picked Japanese, Korean, and American. There's so many different takes on fried chicken. I don't think it's fair to say there's a better way to do it over the others. I think they're all great in their own separate ways. But this is gonna go great with rice. I am a little bit biased towards these though, because I think I can eat more of them rather than the Popeyes, but the Popeyes by itself is also really good. It also comes with a biscuit. I don't really like biscuits though. I don't really have any fun stories or episodes pertaining to karaage, but it was something that my mom made for me while growing up. Recently, I thought I would make it for my friends, and it was a hit. Some verbatims. I think it's a great shout for like a potluck or something when you're making a big batch of it for people to share, because, you know, it is easy to make a good amount of it all at once. And it's something that you could snack on, you know? It's not something overbearing or something you have to commit to because they're all small little chunks. I say it's a crowd pleaser, but also this could be for yourself if you're feeling snacky. If you're not into the deep frying thing, which I understand, you can also air fry them. So I made another batch. It's the same exact recipe, and we're gonna air fry these. But as we're air frying, let's do a little test. Test 1, we're gonna air fry these as they are. These have the katakuriko and the flour already in them. And then test 2 will be the same thing, but re-dredged in a katakuriko and flour mixture. And we're gonna see if that makes a difference. To make the flour and katakuriko mixture, you just combine flour and katakuriko. Just add a glance, it's about 2 tablespoons. And then the same ratio for the flour. Give this a little mix. We're gonna do half of the chicken with the dredge, half of it without the dredge. All right, we'll give it a light coating. My prediction is that this is gonna turn out to be crispier, and there's gonna be less cleanup to do after. The wet batter is probably gonna leave a mess. I should use my air fryer more often. I just kind of forget that I have it sometimes. It truly is really convenient. Let's bring these over to the air fryer. We are gonna air fry this chicken at around 390 degrees for around 10 to 12 minutes, keeping an eye on it as it cooks. But we're gonna do a little bit of preheating. So I'll set it to 14 minutes and let it go. So these have been preheating for about 2 minutes. The first thing we wanna do is coat the inside of the baskets with oil. You don't want anything to stick inside. The left side will be the regular chicken, only single dredged with the wet batter. You gotta make sure the chicken pieces here are spread throughout so that they can all cook evenly and thoroughly. Do not overcrowd the basket. Something like this, not too crowded. We're gonna do another coating of spray on top to make sure it all cooks evenly. And also, if you don't do this, it might dry out. And then we're gonna do the twice dredged chicken on the right-hand side. Again, same principle, making sure not to overcrowd the basket. Again, same as before, we're gonna finish it off with a spray of oil. 12 minutes. So it's been about 6 minutes. Let's see how they're doing. Perfect, they're getting there. To make sure everything cooks evenly, I'm gonna flip these. They're sticking a little bit to the bottom of the basket, which is not ideal. Let's give them a little flip. They're not sticking. Oh, just kidding. A little bit of sticking, but much less so than the wet batter. Back in they go. Wet batter, dry batter. Looks a little drier, but a lot less stuck to the bottom, which is great news. Compare them side by side. Let's taste these. Even just at a glance, these look crispier. I'm gonna do these first. Okay, twice dredged. This is karaage. This is good, but it's not fried chicken. It's not karaage. If you're making karaage in the air fryer, make sure to do a dry dredge before putting them in because it's gonna make a world of a difference. This one is so much crispier. This one's good, but it's just soft, not crispy, or not as crispy as this one. Sure, I can turn up the temperature on the air fryer to try to get some more crispy, but this one is more classic karaage to me. This is my leftover sundubu. But yeah, that's how you make karaage in the air fryer. Back to it. So, there you go. That's all. Thanks for coming. And as always, everybody eats. It got cold.